Good morning. Let's see the second group of modals. Must, have to, be to. Here we go. So, obviously we use must to speak about obligations. What must you do? If you are a student, you must study, sorry. He must work and he must wake up to go to work. Alright, have to expresses the same idea, more and more obligations. In fact, if we are studying American English, we consider that must and have to are perfect synonyms. You probably remember from school that there is a difference. We don't care in American English. Alright, grammatically there is a difference because remember that have to is one of the special verbs which we will consider as a modal, but we will need to conjugate. So he, she, it has to. Let's practice. He has to get up at 7. Oh, she has to go to the doctor. And they have to finish their homework for tomorrow. Alright, pay attention to this one. More obligations. We already established that must and have to are synonyms. Alright, this is practically a synonym to be, to do something. So you say, I must study, I have to study, I am to study. And you are expressing again an obligation because it's written somewhere. So, check this out. I am to study, he is to study. Obviously, you can put it in the future or in the past. I was to study when I was at university. The idea is that we use it when we have written rules. So, we want to make it impersonal, and you say, you are to come to class prepared. Not because I say it, it's written in the rules. You are to pay attention. Let's see if you can try number 3. Think about it. Yes, you aren't to bring cell phones to class. You are to discuss blah blah blah. Catch it? Okay, let's practice with some jokes. Don't take it personal, these are jokes. Jokes for Marines. If there are Marines in the group, you will understand. You have a plan. So, you are to have a plan. It's a rule. Then, you are to have a backup plan. You are to be polite, professional, but have a plan to kill everyone. You are to shoot everything twice. Ammo is cheap, life is expensive. You are to move away from the attacker. Distance is your friend. Lateral, diagonal, preferred. Again, it's a joke. Alright, for Navy SEALs. Do we have SEALs in the group? Okay, again, not personal. You are to look very cool in sunglasses. You are to kill every living thing within view. And you are to check your hair in the mirror. Okay, for the Air Force, do we have pilots? You are to have a cocktail. You are to adjust the temperature on your air conditioner. And you are to see what is on HBO. Okay. For the Navy. I imagine most of us belong to the Navy. So here we go. You are to go to sea. You are to drink coffee. And you are to deploy the Marines. Quite true, isn't it? Just joking. Okay, catch it? Good. So let's remember, when we have a modals and we have to make questions, we don't need auxiliaries. So we put the subject in the middle, the modal in the first part and the verb, special principal verb, in the second. So, must he stop eating? Oh, poor man. Yes, he must. No, he mustn't. Oops. One more, just to check. It must. Very good. So the question goes, must it brush its hair? Yes. Okay. If we have to use have to, remember that have to needs auxiliaries. It works, acts as a normal verb. Do I have to work? But. Must I work? And the new one. Am I to work? Okay, the same with Mafalda. Must she eat the soup? Does she have to eat the soup? And the new one? Is she to eat the soup? Alright. Careful with the negative, because the grammar is not that difficult, but the meaning changes. So, remember with modals, we use not. We simply move the verb and put not in the middle. So, he must not smoke. Mustn't. He mustn't smoke. Meaning a prohibition. Okay, let's try one more. Move the verb, put not in the middle. He mustn't park. And when you go to the cinema, you mustn't use the cell phone, please. Alright, remember that mustn't expresses a prohibition. One or two examples to fix it. You mustn't go fishing in this area. Or you are not to fish in this area. Oops, you mustn't drink alcohol. You are not to drink alcohol. You mustn't take photos. Now, very, very important. When you put this one in the negative, the meaning changes a lot. Look at him. I have to work. I'm poor. I need a salary to eat. So it's necessary for me. In fact, it's practically an obligation. I have to work. Now, is it necessary for him to go to work? Apparently not. So, we want to say something like, no es necesario que trabaje. No tiene que trabajar. Look at this. We mentioned that have to conjugates as any other verb, so we move it. And we will need to ask for the auxiliary. Which is the auxiliary? Exactly, do. So we have, I do not have to work because I'm rich. I have a lot of money in the bank. So do not, or does not, or did not, whatever, expresses the lack of necessity. Let's practice. Is it necessary for this man to worry about taxes or anything? Apparently not. So, not. Perfect. Now, we need the auxiliary. The auxiliary goes does. Excellent. So, he does not have to worry. Necessary for these people to go on a diet? Nope. So, we do not have to go on a diet. Alright, let's go to the grammar pages and practice. Good luck with the modals.